I don't think the whole point was to make a statement. Obviously, you want to make a statement every game you come out, but it was the whole purpose of us of getting back on track. It was also just get better, and obviously win games at the same time. Be focused, be locked in more for consistent 48 minutes. I think we did a better job of that, and it shouldn't take game one loss for us to have that kick into gear. So hopefully next series we take it a little more serious from the jump and be locked in and have the same intensity, fire from the start.
Are you starting to see the potential of this team, and how exciting is that?
We've been seeing it all season, with Spurs. And I think now we kind of get our little rhythm with our rotations, and hopefully it continues to build. But yeah, we do see the potential. We are excited about it. Obviously, it's different with different series, different games. So hopefully it carries over, but we know it's going to be a totally different matchup for us. And the biggest key is just to continue to bring that intensity, that energy every night.
What was the message in here after that game one? I know you said you shouldn't come to that, but
say again.
What was the message in here after game one that seemed to stick?
We just knew that we had to lock in on certain guys and not let certain things get away from us. Also, offensively, we didn't move it as well as we normally would, but defensively, we could have played a lot better and took away a lot more things from them. So, we wanted to focus on that, sprinting back, getting rebounds, and turn the ball over less. And instead, offensively, just being more disciplined, more focused, sharper, so where we get some easy ones. And I think we did a great job of that throughout the rest of the series.
Do I have your permission now?
Oh, they won. Okay, go ahead. Here you go.
Well, it's not.
It's 3 minutes? No, you don't. All right, you could ask. Go ahead.
What type of challenge does the Sixers present?
If Philly wins, they have a lot of talent. So a lot of big men. They're very deep. So it's going to be a fun series. So they have challenges all across the board. We have to come in set very focused from the start to finish, know our matchups, and know their personnel, and hopefully take away a lot of their strengths, and make them play to their weaknesses, which aren't many. So we'll see. We'll figure out when we look at film and figure out what we want to do to guard them.
Obviously, the Magic are way different than the Sixers,
Mm-hmm.
but they have the least playoff experience, and you guys have among the most. How much do you lean on that as you move forward here, particularly against Philadelphia?
We lean on it in every series, regardless, because it's our team. Our team is more experienced, and also against Philly, they have some young guys too. Some of those guys have some pretty good playoff experience, but I think we have more. So whatever we can use to our advantage to help us get an edge, we're going to use, particularly whether it's experience or size, quickness, speed. But I think experience is on our side, but we have to use that experience to hopefully outsmart them a little bit.
Is this the best you've seen Kawhi play?
Yeah, a complete floor game, balanced floor game where he's not forcing it. Obviously, he can score the ball. Everybody knows he can do that. But when they're double teaming and throwing different things at him, he's able to read the defense and pick them apart. And instead of have a great floor game with finding guys, he's taking his game and his team to another level.
After game one, we kind of understood what kind of level defensively we need to play. And every game, I think we improved in different areas, and we kept improving, which that's a great sign.
What was it about game one that was sort of a turning point in this series? Coach was saying yesterday that was sort of the point where you guys said, "Okay, we can't let that happen."
Well, yeah, defensively, I think we allowed them a lot of movement, a lot of freedom, and obviously they're a talented team, and they have great players and know how to play and great make decisions, and once you play and trade punches with the team, you might lose.
Marc, do you feel like now that you've played more than a dozen games together with this starting five group, you've kind of figured out your identity and figured out all the chemistry?
And continue to grow and continue to learn. To me, it's a continuous learning process. Playing with the guys. I think that game one was a perfect example. At the end of the game, that shot from DJ at the top of the key. If you play with those guys long enough and you're in that situation long enough, what's expected and what the coverage would be, and those things don't happen. So, to me, always even through tough times or things that don't go well, you can always learn a lot of things, and even good or bad, you gotta always learn.
Well, if you're saying you'd still figure out more, then how exciting is it for what is to come for this team?
Correct. It's very exciting, and you know that you still have a lot of room to grow, and you can see it and you can feel it. But it comes through working and trusting each other and communicating and putting yourself out there for your teammates.
Nick said this was maybe the best he's ever seen Kyle play over a series. This is your first series playing with him. What did you learn about him?
I love his mindset. I love his competitive mindset in both ends of the floor. Even game one, everyone outside of here, obviously I think overreacted a little bit, but he just the player that he is competed. We all took it personal and took over I think a little bit and show how well we need to play, and not only how we can play, how we show one another how aggressive we need to play in order to impose our will defensively.
Marc, what was the key for you and Serge in keeping Vucevic contained in the series defensively?
I think our physicality. I think staying on him. I think I think it's the first time that that I've been a team that we double team a big, and that was new for me on the cuts. So I'm sure that he didn't like that as much. We took it off afterwards, but it gets you off your rhythm. He's a great player. You try to make as tough as possible every possession and make him earn every shot that he takes.
Looks like you're going to have Philadelphia in round 2. What's the challenge of going up against a guy like Joel Embiid?
I'm gonna start, watching him obviously tonight and closely and understanding what, how they're trying to get the ball, where he's trying to get. I mean, all the things that how you prepare for a playoff game and get ready for game one.
It's good, man. It's one step closer to our goal, and it's just the first step of the journey. So obviously, to get to where we want to go, you have to keep advancing and keep winning. And we were able to do that in 5. And now we're looking ahead to see what we got in the second round.
How valuable is it to get it done in 5?
Yeah, it's very valuable. I think, especially anytime you can get some extra days of rest. Guys a little banged up. Kyle, got a little banged up tonight. Obviously, guys have been dealing with things all year, so. To be able to get it done as quickly as possible is always the goal, and give yourself a couple extra days of preparation and treatment and therapy. So that was a big sticking point for us, and we wanted to go out there and take care of business.
What does it say about the team's mentality that you came out to that hot start and didn't take your foot off the gas pedal?
It's just what you want to see. It's what you want to see this time of year, that killer instinct, that killer mentality, just go out there and get it done. And I think Kyle kind of set the tone early with 9 in a row, and Kawhi and all the starting 5, they really came out and put their foot on the guys' necks and just trying to give them no signs of hope and just not let anything loose, and no freedom out there. So those guys did a good job coming out early and setting the tone for the rest of the game.
Yesterday, Nick mentioned game 1 as sort of the obvious turning point. He said that you guys as a team were ticked off with how things went, and sort of said at that point that you weren't going to let that happen again. How did that change things for you guys in this series?
It probably just woke us up a little bit, right? I mean, there's a million things we could have done better to win that game. Those guys played good. We didn't. And, we made a few small adjustments, but we just kind of ramped it up a little bit. And you never want to give up a game to do that, but I think that kind of woke us up for the rest of the playoffs to understand what we got to go out there and do. So it was a big turning point for us to come out and do what we need to do the rest of the 4 games.
Are you starting to see your potential about how good this team can be?
Yeah, I think we've shown it. I think we've shown a little bit in this series where we can be, where we need to get better. But the consistent defensive intensity the last 4 games has been impressive. Even in game 1, as bad as we played, we still only scored 104 points. So as long as we keep that defensive mind focused, we got enough guys to make plays on the offensive end.
Following up on that, is that at both ends, is this one of the best stretches you've seen from the team, or do you think there's a lot more to come?
Yeah, there's more to come. We haven't played perfect, and we're striving to be better. So there's a lot of stuff that we can still continue to do better, and we'll look at the film this week and see where we can grow. And it's going to be a completely different series, no matter who we play in terms of matchups and the way those things go. So we got to flush this one. It's good to get it done, and now we got to focus on the next goal.
What type of challenge do the Sixers present?
They got a lot. They got a lot of guys. They got a lot of talent. They're big. They're strong. Yeah, Danny said they haven't won. So
the game's not over yet.
Okay, I'm with you on that one. I didn't know that, but yeah, if we play the Sixers, they bring a lot to the table, and we'll see how that pans out. But we got a couple of days to get prepared, and we'll be ready.
We wanted to come out and be relentless for 48 minutes. We knew that they would come out and play hard. We wanted to not give them any life. and I'm glad that we were able to come out and put a complete game together for the full 48.
Nick was talking yesterday about sort of game one being the turning point of the series. He said you guys were ticked off and didn't want to let that happen again. How did that game and what happened?
Yeah, I felt like game one we let it slip out our hands. You know, I think there was a lot of things that we could have controlled, and they showed that in film. Nick talked to us about it, and we didn't want to let that happen. You know, we knew we had to come out there and play full 48-minute games for the rest of the series, and we were able to do that. We knew that going to Orlando we were going to need to get one, but we were hungry to get two. So we just had a good all-around focus and effort after game one.
Job that Marc and Serge did on Vucevic taking their all-star out of it. What did you think of it?
It was a key point, you know, to this series, making it difficult for him, making it tough for him. You know, he's one of the heads of the Snakes, and we wanted to make it difficult for him the whole time. And I thought Marc and Serge did a great job. Even Pascal, when they switched on him, when he was coming over for help side, made it really difficult for him to get going early on, and they had to revert to some other players. And we just followed the game plan to a T, and we were able to close out the series.